Hey, what's up, guys? Matt, Cichlid Dojo. Happy New Year. This is the first update of 2024. The January Fishroom update. Just like all my monthly Fishroom update videos, I try to cover all my fish, talk a little bit about what projects I'm working on, and most importantly, I kind of show all the fish that are available, mostly fry, and that seems to be kind of the routine in these videos. So we'll get started right here. First, we're looking at the wild-caught Rio Gaius Feste, the red terrors. This is a pair that I've kept probably about 4 to 5 years at this point. Male's pretty large, and these have been really good breeders of mine for a number of years. You can see the female there, not in her breeding dress right now. She'll get a little bit more red when she is. And in addition, a lot of the fish in here are going to be a little bit more skittish with my garage door being open. But we'll see if they come out like these guys. The big guy in his pot right there. And maybe when it starts to get a little warmer, come closer to summer, maybe we'll see a spawn from these two. But I do have fry from them available, so message me if you're interested. F1 Rio Gaius Feste fry. And just love watching these guys. And they are in a 240-gallon tank divided. And they're divided with more red terrors. Let's see. Here's an F1 male off a different wild-caught pair that I used to have 4 or 5 years ago. And he grew all the way out, getting very close to that wild-caught male size. Yeah, he's looking really good. Wish we'd swim about a little bit more. But he's fantastic. Really big eater too. And his female is probably back in that pot right there. You probably can't see it. And his female is a wild caught. So I've yet to keep really any of their fry. Kind of like a backup pair. But I keep most of the fry from this wild caught pair over here. This guy turns around one last time before. Absolutely beautiful species, one of my favorites. And in addition to those Rio Gaius fry, I also have the Colombian F1 fry Merino District, I believe they're called. So let me know if you're interested in getting your red terrors. Definitely my favorite species. I watch these guys all day. Let's move around. You're not going to see much in this tank right now. I have a young pair of the Merino F1s in here. Yet to spawn. I believe they're hiding in that little tube right there. So I'll try to get some video, but it's really neat because the 75-gallon that they're in, they're small right now. They'll probably need a bigger tank at some point. 75-gallon, kind of the side lines up next to this big pair over here, and so you can see them flaring up at each other through the glass. So it definitely helps with the aggression, and probably going to help keeping the small female alive in here. So moving on. Down below, 3 10-gallons. On the left, I have just a small batch of Rio Gaius fry F1. Decided to pull them, and they're down this 10-gallon growing. And then in the middle, something I haven't pulled in quite a while. I should have the Geophagus brasiliensis, that red population, the Laguna de Mole. And some of these are getting like 3/4 of an inch to an inch. These will definitely be made available probably soon. I'm not sure if I'll be able to move them up to a bigger tank or not, but if you've ever seen the colony I've had out in my 300-gallon pond outside,
absolutely amazing species. I've also kept them inside, and I do that every so often. Like during summers, usually I'll bring the group in, and just a fun species to have outdoors because they can take cooler water temps. On the right here we have more Jack Dempsey fry. The last batch of Jack Dempsey fry, I think they were like an inch, and they were all in here, and I had to do something with them, so my buddy took them. He's gonna have fun with them, but I have another batch. No shortage of Jack Dempsey fry, as you'll see when we get to the last 180 gallon. I think there's 3 breeding pairs in there, so I don't really pull most of them, but I keep some in a 10 gallon just in case. Get someone who's interested, but definitely not a priority for me to focus on.
All right, moving on. Let's see how the glare is on this tank. This has the Aslanus group. Try to get in close to avoid the glare. You can just see the action in some of these males, and it can get a little rough. You can see the one female in here, and this pair right here I actually did pull fry from. 2 small batches, and I got them growing out, but there's another big male, I think he's right here, and those guys kind of square off. So really beautiful, really fun species, and I pulled, I think, the biggest male out of here to offer him up. I posted on my pages in case anyone's interested. Pulled a male just like that, 5.5 inches. Really fun. They get these big nuchal humps, the males, and they look amazing, but definitely aggressive species. So not advisable to keep a male and a female by themselves in a tank. You can do it in the group thing, but after that, if you want just 2, the divider might be the only answer, at least that I've seen. But super fun species to keep. All right, moving on. Down below we have nothing right now, so thinking of another batch of fry I want to grow out in the 60 gallon, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. Try to get in here slowly. These are the true green terrors, the Andino Carl Stalsbergi. It's absolutely beautiful species, and they're out, which is pretty cool. And they're doing good. I have had them available for some time, but obviously I'm not in a hurry. If I end up keeping them, that's obviously, it's going to be a benefit to me. I love having these guys. This wild caught group of 7 of them. You can see the dominant male right there in the middle on the left. He's just getting bigger and bigger, and not so much in length, but more height and girth. And he's a big boy. And I've had these guys for about 4+ years, and they have spawned for me 5 to 8 times over the years. No spawn recently, but that big male, and then there's a big female. Where's she? There's also another male his size, the same size as this male, but whatever reason, this group situation really working well with the species. I haven't lost any in years, and the only ones I lost before that, they jumped out of little tiny cracks in the tank at the top lid, and pretty bummed about that. Wild caught Stalsbergi. I'm not sure if there's any in the hobby right now. There might be a few that no one knows about, but incredibly rare species, not to be confused with the gold sound. So, serious people only. I only want these to go to good homes if someone's going to take them. Next, moving on. Down below, we have some. So between this tank and the next tank I'm going to show, there's a bunch of Carpentis that I have that are anywhere from an inch to almost 3 inches or something. And all these are basically available. Not sure if I'm selling the 3 inchers yet, but definitely a good size range if you're interested. These guys are all hiding because of the light being on down here, but plenty of them, and they're all off my big
breeding pair, which we'll see in about 2 tanks here. But the next tank you're going to see a lot more. A lot more of the Carpentis that are available. These guys I basically have probably all 1.5 inches plus. But I do have smaller ones if you're interested. Some in a 10 gallon, they're all about 1 inch. But plenty of Carpentis fry if you're interested. Let me know. Send me a message or Facebook, Instagram.
And next we have the big breeder male. Guy I've had quite a while, and I love keeping this guy. You can see his female in the back. Big boy, and more importantly, his pair has done really well together. Too often in the past, you kind of lose the female because of the male's aggression, but for whatever reason, maybe just absolute luck. This pair has been together for a long time. Hope it stays that way. Pretty female. And I just recently noticed that their heater was broken, and so their water temperature was like 76, which they're fine in. But I know they prefer a little warmer, so replace that heater. Now it's up to 78. May not kickstart a spawn, but more important is the health, and I think it's better to have some cold seasons, cooler seasons, I guess, and maybe when summer comes around, water will naturally warm up to 82 to 84. And we'll probably see some more spawns from these guys. But I have plenty of Carpentis right now, so it's not like I'm needing that. But this big pair who has produced a lot of fry in the hobby. They got a lot more fry available if you're interested. Really fun species. So let me know. And speaking of which, they're fry. Do have some oddball 6 in this group over here on the right side, and these guys are all like 3 to 4 inches, and just hold on to them for briefly. I like to have them across from the divider from the big guys for them to focus on, but maybe a pair forms in here, maybe not. We'll see. I know there's a really nice female. She wasn't breeding dressed not too long ago. And so we'll see what happens to these guys. Plenty of Carpentis available if you're interested. Alright, next we have a 100-gallon with some more of those grow out Colombian Feste Venerinos. Try to zoom in here a little bit. Haven't really seen a male and a female pop out, but you could tell. I think it's around the corner from happening, and there's definitely some nice ones in here. My guess is a male. A lot of spangles on the fins. It'd be nice if that stays. Thought I saw a female at one point showing herself. Maybe that one right there would be my guess at a female. See if she gives you a little side view. You got a little bit of black on the dorsal. But just another tank where I guess it would be a project, and see if I can get a nice pair of this population red tear. I always like to try different ones if possible, but they're in this 100-gallon up top, growing as slow as a lot of Feste do. So no rush though. Alright, down below in the 75-gallon we have Rio Gaius Feste Fry, and a lot of these are in that 1 inch range, and so these are available. Let me know if you're interested in some F1 red tears off my big wild caught pair. Alright, let's move around. Look over here. This is the side where we're gonna get some skittishness. So I have a 40 breeder, and I've kind of been doing with this 40 breeder, I just take a group of small fry, Carpentis fry, maybe 10 to 20 of them. And then I'll throw them up in here, this 40 gallon. I've been using that and growing them out, and it's a lot of fun for me. And see what comes of them. And obviously at some point it's going to be too small to house them. Probably if a pair forms, and all hell will break loose, and we'll have to move them up. But really pretty off of that big wild-caught pair. So I'm going to watch this group for a while. It's really fun. So neat to see what comes out of each batch of fry. So, all right. Moving on. Down below, says the glare of my feet and socks, you'll see these are the smallest group of Carpentis fry that I have. And like I said, I have no shortage of Carpentis. So I really don't need my pairs breeding anytime soon. I probably would not pull them the fry. But got them in the works. So if you're not ready now, I should have some later on. Alright, now we have a 90 gallon, and I'll try to get up slow. These guys are always running around all skittish, but these are F1 True Green Terrors, Indian Carp Stalsberg Eye, that were off my, yeah, they're gonna run around, always shy when the garage door is open. And this is what I would probably continue with the species on if I find a great home for the wild-caughts. But we won't focus on these too long. I know the tank being a 4 foot 90 gallon not sufficient right now, but hoping to find a good home for the wild-caughts and move them up to that 120. So, all right, down below. So here we have some of those Carpentis that are in the 1 inch size around, plus minus, that are available in case you wanted the smaller ones, you wanted to get more. In the middle, I think we have Nandopsis tetracanthus Cuban cichlid fry off of my big pair. The male's getting pretty big. We'll go see him at the end. And then on the right, we have more multifasciatus Freddy fry. But I do have bigger Freddy fry available, as well as bigger Cuban fry. So we'll go see those here in a second. But before we go there, go check out the two Freddy pairs. So some stuff has happened with this tank. You see this divider right here. You know, I had these guys in this 4 foot 120 gallon. I've obviously playing with fire for quite a while. I had 3 pairs at one point, and I'd have this pair on the right, I'd have a pair in the middle on the driftwood, and a pair on the left in the pot, all breeding, usually all at the exact same time. So it would just be a swarm of 2,000-3,000 fry, so ridiculous amount of fry swarming around the tank that I would not really pull too often. And then one of the males, I think the male in the middle, obviously a lot of stress on the fish. I think he didn't get beat up or anything. I think he bloated. You don't see that too often in this species, but it can happen. And then the female went off to a good home. Then I was left with 2, and then the 2 pairs were always squaring off in the tank. You know, very protective and aggressive. And at some point, the bigger male on the left just seemed to gain the upper hand. And so I went ahead and put the divider in. So here's the pair on the left. You can see the female, not really in breeding, but I don't think she has fry. The pair on the right does have fry. I'll come back to this male. He's facing the wrong way. There you go. So, let's see if I can focus. There you go. They got some of their fry up in the right-hand corner, just their routine. They lay a big batch in that pot. They move them up here to the front, and they get very protective and bite my hand if I go in there. So, very fun, and I got fry available, guys, and you can see them through the divider right now. A much better setup than having them square off without the divider. But super beautiful species. Paracormus multifasciatus used to be the old Frederick's Stali. So let me know if you're interested in any of their fry, guys. Really fun. Look at this guy. Not happy with the camera. And they got teeth. Alright, down below. This is where I have the I have some F1 merino fry that still have some available, probably inch to inch and a half. Let me know. I may keep some of them to grow out. You know, always have another project, see what comes out of them. But I definitely have a good amount available in here. So let me know if you're interested, guys. Two different populations available right now of F1 red terrors. And my buddy owned the pair, and he spawned them. Just been getting them because I'm very interested in this population in the hobby. I think originally Kevin Tangle up at Cichlids brought them in, so big shout out to him for doing that. It's always good for the hobby to bring in stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. Alright, let's move around here to the home stretch. Okay, so now we're gonna go check out the big Cuban male, and I say big now, because he's really putting on some size. You can see him. All he wants to do is eat. And his female right there. This guy's getting a nice little nuchal hump on his head if he would turn sideways for us. But really fun species, and I got fry after this guy and this girl available. Let's see if he'll come after my fingers. There you go. Turn sideways. There you go. Love this guy. And who better to be their neighbor than a little male Aslanus? This is not actually the one that I posted the other day, although this guy has been available. He's on hold right now for a buddy to pick him up, but he's 4 inches. The bigger male, really shy up at the top. I took a better picture of him. Go check my pages. It's 5.5 inches, so he's the one that's available. And let me know if you're interested in Cuban fry or the 5.5 inch Aslanus male. Down below we have multifasciatus fry, the Freddies. And post on that is like 3/4 of an inch plus. Growing by the day. A lot of them are hiding underneath some of the spun filters, but they're available. Let me know if you're interested. And then moving on down over here, you'll see these Cubans are the ones that are available. Some standouts that are definitely over an inch, maybe close to 1.5 inches. But definitely have Cubans available as well. Send me a message. Let me pick up some off my big male that we just saw. And then to the right, the next batch of Aslanus fry. I waited till the right pair spawned that I wanted to pull some that I really like, the male and female. So I went ahead and did that. And then growing them out in this 40-gallon breeder. They will be available at some point. Probably all 1/2 inch or so. Alright, then the last tank, 180 gallon. This has the Jack Dempsey's and the Firemouth cichlids. Got to get in close. Sometimes they can be a little skittish too. Which had a male flaring up at another male, but it's not happening right now. I'll have to try to get some more video. Did just post a video of one of the females with some fry, which happens very frequently in here. There we go, swimming around. And I did see, I think some of the firemouth saw a potential pair that wanted to take that back pot and breed. This female might have eggs or fry in that little pot there. But fun to do this with these Jack Dempseys that have kind of stayed pretty small. I know they get big over time, but definitely not the fastest growers in my experience. So the biggest one I have in here is probably 5, maybe a little bit bigger. It's almost like the firemouths have grown the same pace, even though those are a smaller species. So I guess technically the firemouths would be faster growers in here because I actually got them at 1 inch. I got these Jack Dempseys at 2 inch. So Dempsey's definitely been slow growers here. But that's about it, guys. I appreciate all your support. It really helps me if you like the video, if you like it. Comment, good or bad, questions, suggestions in the video, and hope everybody has a good 2024. Get you some of the fish on your bucket list, whatever you want to keep. Maybe I can help you out with that. And until then, until the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.